Tonight, even more police departments across the country say they are reconsidering their use of a gun linked to injuries and even deaths. This is despite officers insisting that they did not pull the trigger. In May, we first told you about the controversy surrounding the Sig Sauer P320. This is a common police weapon that more than 1,500 North Carolina troopers carry. As the gun receives new criticism for unintentionally firing, WCNC Charlotte's Nate Morabito has learned that the Highway Patrol continues to use it. So, Nate, what are you seeing tonight?
Well, I'll say this, Vanessa. In response to our reporting, a state senator is now asking questions of his own. Just days ago, the Tampa Police Department announced it's now evaluating officers' use of the P320, and the San Antonio Police Department stopped carrying the gun altogether for the time being out of an abundance of caution, aware of a potential defect. Here on the safety of American soil, our military trains to fight dangerous battles overseas. Yet at an air base in Wyoming on July 20th, a 21-year-old airman died after a P320-based pistol discharged. Just 2 days later, Air Force Global Strike Command, responsible for the country's nuclear weapons, announced out of an abundance of caution, pending comprehensive investigations, it has paused the use of the M18 and is now requiring inspections of M18s to identify any immediate safety concerns. The civilian version of Sig Sauer's M18 is the P320 handgun, a common police weapon. After reports of so-called uncommanded discharges,
it's in the holster.
Many of them caught on camera.
He wasn't even touching the thing.
We will no longer have that firearm on our campus. It could hurt someone, it could kill someone.
Training academies in Washington State and Oregon banned the P320 earlier this year. Several police departments did the same, all while a growing number of police officers sued Sig Sauer, including this longtime High Point officer. As WCNC Charlotte reported in May, he suffered serious injuries after he said his holstered P320 went off without him pulling the trigger.
I did not do this to myself.
In late July, a veteran Houston officer sued Sig Sauer, describing a similar experience earlier this year. The Texas law firm representing him supplied this interview.
This gun malfunctioned and it fired while still in the holster.
In nearby San Antonio, the police department there isn't taking any chances, especially in light of the recent tragedy in Wyoming, pausing the P320's use. Meanwhile, in Florida, as the Tampa Police Department proactively evaluates whether its officers should continue using the gun, a state lawmaker is pushing to get it out of police hands.
I'm calling on all Florida state law enforcement to abandon the use of the SIG P320 until you can more likely than not guarantee that it won't go off in the holster.
Here in North Carolina, the State Highway Patrol told WCNC Charlotte, despite recent developments across the U.S., there's nothing new to report at this time in regards to the P320's widespread use among its 1,500-plus troopers. The agency previously told us over 8 years, troopers have experienced 0 spontaneous discharges, and the agency was not currently looking to move away from its deployment.
I appreciate you bringing the concern to me.
Senator Mujtaba Mohammed sits on the state Senate's Public Safety Committee. In response to our reporting, he's now asking questions of his own, telling us law enforcement officers' jobs are already dangerous enough.
The last thing we need is our law enforcement officer or our state highway patrolmen to be shot by their own firearm.
Sig Sauer once again did not respond to our request for comment, but on its website continues to insist the P320 is one of the safest, most advanced pistols in the world. The company says the P320 cannot under any circumstances discharge without the trigger first being moved to the rear. Once again, Vanessa suggesting user error is usually to blame.
Now, as we mentioned, Nate, you've been covering this for months at this point, but you're saying even at this hour, you're still seeing developments regarding how agencies are responding to the questions around this firearm.
That's right. We talked a couple hours ago on our stream, and in the 2 hours since, we've learned through the Houston Chronicle that the Houston Police Department has now also banned the use of this gun. That is the department where the latest lawsuit came out of. So it seems in a lot of agencies where a gun has gone off, those agencies are reacting. Will any others be proactive? San Antonio and Tampa apparently are.
Yeah, very interesting. We appreciate you continuing to follow this for us, Nate. And as Nate mentioned, he was actually just on our live Impact News stream just a couple of hours ago. It was around 3 o'clock, where we were having basically a Q&A session about the story and the work that Nate has been doing, digging into questions around this P320. This is in-depth coverage that you can expect pretty much every single day on WCNC Plus streaming. So if you haven't already added us, please do so where you like to stream: Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, and of course, some folks know this because they're streaming us now, but you can watch our newscast there as well.